Just in time for kickoff. Heisman, Heisman, Heisman. Here we go. It's a big game. Another 23, 4-3. But they're 94 overall. 74 overall, I believe. So, big game. And they beat me last year, so rivalry.
Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. From deep, it's Mayer. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The midshipman offense is on the field to start this game. Redemption might be on their mind as they took a whipping the last time these two squared off.
They sure did, Reese, and their best players made a lot of mistakes the last time out, especially on offense. David, it's really important in this one. The stars have to play like stars. They got to stat it up, and they got to start fast.
And they got to remember what happened. They got to remember the celebration, the on-field antics, the social media, all of it that came with it. The embarrassment of last time. So, yes, your big players, they got to play big, especially in these rivalry games.
No.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast, and they force a negative play.
They'll move the wide receiver. Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
And I love right out of the gate, this offense is going to be creative. They're going to try to get their best players the football out in the open field. You saw it right there.
Snap on first down, wants to throw.
No! Oh my God!
And the opening drive is stopped with an interception. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play.
And that's kind of a double whammy for this offense because on their opening drive, not only did they turn it over with the interception, but they've now set their defense up in a really tough spot deep in their own end.
Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking outside, it's Davidson. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
To the air, it's Hebert. Got it in the middle, it's Lincoln. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The full force, the full-throated roar of the brigade, helping this Navy defense. They'll try to pick up the first through the air.
No, what the fuck is that shit?
And he will score! Touchdown, Fighting Irish! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
Just barely able to stop him. He almost housed that baby. The nice return there. That last line of coverage is the only thing that stopped him from scoring. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Plows his way ahead. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on third down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these third downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
And I understand what the offense is trying to do. Use the wide side of the field, right? Use all that space, pitch on the outside, get on the edge. But the defense was too disciplined. Great job setting the edge, not letting them get outside, making the big tackle.
Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man in the middle. Makes the stop at the 23-yard line, but it's a pickup of 15. A first down, and this offense is smelling the end zone.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. Trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of it to make big plays.
Wants to throw one first. He's got him in the flat. Tried to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Escapes the pressure to his right. They get to him as he throws. A flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. You can't do that. An illegal forward pass will cost the offense 5 yards. The penalty pushes the offense back for this second down. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And wings it incomplete.
No way. No.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He's got the tight end. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Navy searching for a 4th down conversion. Needs it. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Navy! Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, you know, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
Oh, no,
And he takes this from inside the 5.
No.
Oh, what vision. There he goes. Open it up.
This is what I mean.
He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame. That dude ought to have a lethal sticker on his helmet. Anytime he touches it, it can be a score. He touched it, and it was.
No doubt. Unbelievable speed. And if you're back deep for a kickoff, obviously, you got those wheels. But to be able to get through, and guess what? No flags. You know it's going to count. Great job by the special teams being special.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. And here comes the Navy offense. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1.
And as you start to settle into games as a play call, you start to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And they really got to find a way to get this running game going. They haven't figured it out yet. Like, maybe get the ball more on the perimeter. You know, find a way to get the ball to your running back in space. This offense really has to find a way to get the ground game going.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. Looking for the marker. He will be stopped short of the line to gain, and they'll turn it over on downs. Great place to start for this offense. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Red Evan on the RPO. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
And there you see the bind that the RPO play could put a defender in. That backer had to make a decision. Was the running back going to get the ball? He thought so, so he bit up, and that allowed the slant to be thrown in behind.
And his throw is incomplete.
Well, no surprise there on defense, right? You know the QB is going to be trying to target this guy. Nice job in coverage forcing that incompletion.
Straight ahead, it's Davidson. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Irish! Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. And Navy will go back on the attack. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
That's an awesome-looking carry, and you know when you're playing Navy, you better get ready to try to stop the run. Whether it's option, whether it's conventional, you better practice.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
Play if that's what happens?
Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on 2nd down.
Fucking dog shit play.
Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Now on 3rd down, this offense has been rolling. Can the defense stand tall? He's looking downfield to throw. They'll run the screen.
And then this fucking
room there on that screen passes. It just never developed.
You're not going to fool this guy on the running back screen.
Guys, look at this. A surprise. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. But look at this. They're not setting up to punt. They're going to try to cut into this lead, and this is a huge risk late in the half. Buying time to his right. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up. To the air, it's Abear. Right side, it's Davidson. Could not make his way to the corner. Notre Dame right back to the line. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Right down the middle. Makes the catch, it's Perez. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running inside, it's Davidson. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Rides to the back. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. Brigade from the Naval Academy, letting this offense hear it. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
From inside the 15, here's a return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Navy offense sails out, ready to go to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
That's caught. It's Stone. They get him on the ground at the 36 after a pickup of 5.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Timeout taken by the offense is their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Motion from the back. Drops back on first down. Rush right in his face. Turns it upfield. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. Navy quick to the line. Fresh center downs going to the air. Going to take a shot. Oh, if only he wore a half-size smaller shoe. Maybe he keeps that foot in bounds, incomplete in the end zone. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. And this field goal attempt will be a 48-yarder and not straight on from the left side. And he missed it. No good. Boy, they could have used that one to cut into the deficit, but guys, still a 3-score ball game. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway.
Crazy.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. As we start the second half, what do you have for us, Holly?
I caught up with Navy's head coach coming out of the locker room. This is the moment his defense has to get organized. They have been a little problematic here in this first half, giving up too many points. And now, with the opponents getting the ball to start the second half, they do not want that momentum and a positive offensive output right here to change this game. He said our defense has to make a statement and make a stand, and it starts right now. Back to you.
Thanks, Howie. Gonna take a shot. Hits him inside the 20, still going. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. After that huge play, right back at him on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Looking for the edge. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Hits inside, it's Davidson. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? And part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Working that wide receiver screen. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. They'll send out the kicker here. And he'll try to knock through a short one, his second of the day, this one from 23. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. Here comes the Navy offense ready to go on the attack. Fresh set of downs going up top. Stepping to the right. He'll try to do it himself. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Nice job by the QB. You can tell they want to push it down the field. They want to be aggressive on first down, which I love, which is really hard to stop from a defensive standpoint, but does a good job scrambling outside the pocket, picking up the first down, and then saving his life. Good job. Get out of bounds.
And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And obviously trailing in this football game now in the second half. This is exactly what they talked about at halftime. We've got to create some explosive plays in the passing game. They're going to need a lot of this, and the defense is fully aware that they're going to throw the football. But that's a great start to this second half.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34. It's turned down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. Trying to squeak through the pile. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Irish send out the punt unit. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. He makes the catch at the 10. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Midshipman will get things going here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Fresh center downs going to the air. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. and they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And man, this home crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys on their feet yelling.
Almost had the pick there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up third down. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
I just got to switch right now.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success.
I'm not even joking that pulled me in. I have that tackle. I'm not even like moving any. I'm moving at the like. There's absolutely no reason I should get sucked into fucking... Look how I get pulled. You can see it. I'm not joking. I'm running at him right there. How in the world does this guy get from that block, run into 94? I'm already moving towards that guy. I didn't turn right. I'm running downhill. That's unreal.
To watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing,
offenses
can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Off play action on first down. Heaves it on the run.
Sure.
Hits him in stride inside the 10. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Quarterback will keep it, and he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He's going for the goal line. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now. Now it's third and goal. This is a designed run. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And the beatdown has ensued. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Sends it back in motion. Drops back. It's Hartman. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
A loss of 2 yards on the play. Brings up second down.
Just watching the clock run out on this one, and we can turn our attention to what's in store for next week here in the midpoint of the season. So the final period starts with a second down play. They're going to test that run defense to the right here. Just wanted to find a little space to run and ekes out some to get it up to the 21.
Yeah, and listen, this guy's had a good day. I know they're trailing and they need to put some drives together, but I also wouldn't abandon him because he's had such a monster day and he's been the bright spot. So
flying down the left side. At the 30. He's at the to the house. Touchdown, midshipman.
And this dude has been a problem today. Almost 200 yards rushing. Rips off another long run. He has been impossible to stop. They've featured him, and Palmer, I would continue to feature him.
Yeah, I would too, David. I think he's the definition of a running back that gets better as the game goes on. The more and more you give him the football, he just seems to get stronger. He seems to get faster. People do not want to tackle this guy for 60 minutes. He is putting on a show.
The run inside. It's Davidson. Breaks into the open. The 50. The 30. The 20. Past the touchdown. Fighting Irish. And the route is on. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Nothing but a vapor trail left behind that guy, and the defense straight to the burn unit.
And, man, that does not feel good. As a defense, you're trying to limit the big plays, keep that guy in front of you. That guy says, wait a minute, I'm way too fast for that. They're going to just need to work on those angles. That's for dang sure.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Handoff to the single running back. Finds some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas, and they need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Got to make the play on 4th. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Turns it upfield. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gets it to the back. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Looking for running room. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a 4th down. They converted 4th down earlier on this drive, and now they'll try it again. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Snaps on 4th down. Here comes the heat. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. From the gun, running back gets to give.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Here's some daylight. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the 1st down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Finds us back in the middle. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football. He's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! That's his third score of the game, and he's up to double figures with 10 on the season.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming in this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further. Now, the offense wants to make sure everything's straightened out, and they call their first timeout. Now, the brain trust will go to work on both sidelines. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. They'll get together to decide how to play this second down. Looking for a man. It's Hebert. Fires to the wideout. Out wide right, it's Graham. Touchdown, Notre Dame! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. They push out that lead a bit and draw much closer to a win here in Week 9.
There's no mercy rule in college football, man. They've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They are still chucking it, and they are still scoring.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. From the gun. Got the first down. He'll step out of bounds right in the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. At midfield, he's got room. Good pick up there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Wide receiver going in motion. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy second down situations with some positive runs on first down. They just need something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. Across the 25. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Just on the edge of the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Several defenders there to get him on the ground. The midshipmen looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting.
No.
And it's picked off at the goal line. And with that turnover, that'll finish the game. Well, the dreams of an undefeated season are...